Morning class. Today we'll be discussing vectors and scalars. Every physical quantity can be classified as either a scalar or a vector quantity. A scalar is a quantity that can be completely described by a number, called its magnitude, and as well as a unit. Example of a scalar is length, temperature, and volume. A vector is a quantity that requires both magnitude, its size, and direction. Example: force, displacement, and velocity. This is an example of a vector. To represent a vector in a diagram, we draw an arrow that points in the correct direction. So this is representing a vector. This is known as the initial point or the start point of the vector. This is known as the end point or the terminal point of the vector. Displacement is the net change in position of an object or the direct distance and direction it moves. So this is an example as far as displacement. So for an example of displacement, if we were leaving from Bermuda and going to New York, and the distance was 100 miles, and we had to travel in a northeasterly direction, that would be how it's represented. The magnitude of the vector is indicated by the length of the arrow. We usually choose a scale such as 1 centimeter equals 25 miles as an example. So if we wanted to represent this on a diagram in the classroom and we needed a smaller scale, 100 miles multiplied by the relationship, 1 centimeter equals 25 miles, would be 100 miles over 25 miles. The miles will cancel and we have 4 centimeters. This is an example of the magnitude graphically displayed. So this X and Y axis is known as your Cartesian coordinate system. So in this direction is your positive x-axis. In this direction is your negative x-axis. In this direction is your positive y-axis. In this direction is your negative y-axis. Also, you notice the direction. The positive y is in the northerly direction. The negative y is in the southerly direction. The positive axis in the easterly direction, and your negative axis in the westerly direction. So this is represented as 100 miles, same displacement vector, north of east. So this is your east, so you're getting in the northerly direction at a 45-degree angle. So this is your 45-degree angle. So you draw your vector, and this is how your angle is signified. Now, angles normally move from the x-axis in a counterclockwise direction. So 45 to 90 to 180 to 270 to 360. So you're making one complete circle. Now let's do an example. Using the scale, 1 centimeter is equal to 50 kilometers. Draw the displacement vector 275 kilometers at 45 degrees north of west. So your first step, find the length of the vector. So 275 kilometers multiplied by the relationship. This is your relationship. So it's basically 275 over 50 kilometers. Kilometers canceled. Your units left are centimeters, 5.5 centimeters. Your second step is to draw the Cartesian coordinate diagram and determine the direction and the angle. This is the Cartesian coordinate diagram that we just discussed. Have your directions north, south, east, and west. So we have 5.5 centimeters, and it's north of west. So this is your westerly direction. So we get north of west in this direction, and we have to determine our angle, which is 45 degrees. Right, so this is 45 degrees. So this is how the angle is determined, 45-degree angle. This is the magnitude, which is 5.5 centimeters. Thank you.